Welcome to Saddle Up with Heather and Casey. This is a podcast all about women supporting women.
Our goal is to empower, inspire, and encourage you through our own personal life experiences and stories.
We will be featuring guests, some real life insights, as well as looking for some partners on this amazing journey.
Saddle up, girls.
Let's go. So we are here at the Cupcakery Froze Rose. Did I say it right?
Yes, you did.
Our podcast, Saddle Up with Heather and Casey. And we wanted to get on here and just share what this podcast is all about. So we've been working on this for the last couple weeks, and it's time to just
Dive in. I feel like we've been honestly getting into our heads a little too much and overthinking it, and it doesn't need to be that way. So that's why we are jumping on really quick and kind of sharing with you what this podcast is all about, what it means to us, and what we hope you can get out of it.
So this podcast is all about, I would say, inspiring women.
Inspiring, empowering, and supporting women, I think, is the biggest thing, no matter what stage in life you're in. We've all been there. We all have our own stories. We all have our own struggles. And we just really want to relate to you. And we know that we can because we have a lot of life experiences behind us. And so that's why we're doing this.
Yeah, so Casey and I were meeting up. We were having coffee, and we were just having genuine
We had like a major
conversation.
Yeah.
Yes, a major connection. And we said, wow, we really need to share. It's just so insightful to talk with other like-minded women, and we need to share a story. And I think we can inspire other women with some of our stories. So with that being said, we're doing this podcast. We're going to have special guests.
I can't
We're going
wait.
to share stories. We're going to talk a lot about the outdoors and kind of like what that means to us and nature. Kind of our journeys, I'd say, personally,
100%.
professionally.
It's so funny because we were just sitting here talking, and I was like, okay, so Heather's outdoors. She loves to hunt, be in nature. I do too, but you do something different than I did growing up. So I lived in Florida, and my nature was the beach, the water, the sunrises and sunsets, jet skiing, being on the boats, like just all that kind of activity. And I loved it. And it literally just like kind of was my therapy, I guess you can say. And you growing up have been hunting outdoors and sitting in tree stands, listening to the chipmunks.
I grew up around,
watching the squirrels.
my story's a little bit different. I grew up around it, but I didn't start hunting until just a couple years ago. So I found a peace in the nature nature in the woods. And there's just so much to be said about that.
Yeah.
And like what God's given us, and just to take it all in and where it takes you, the unknown, like the fears
Exactly.
and the unknowns and all that.
Right. And I think that's where the outdoors really ties in to our podcast, because all of this will kind of come to fruition as you listen to the next couple of podcasts. Being outdoors is not all about like just doing all of these activities. It's more about sitting in your thoughts and really being able to feel your emotions.
And reflect. A lot of reflection.
Yep.
On your life and kind of where you are personally. Like,
100%.
are you happy with what you're doing? What do you want to do? And if there's things that you want to do, why aren't you doing them?
Exactly.
And
having the courage to do them, because this is so scary. I know this is scary for us even to do this, but we're just really trying to reach women, because if we don't start somewhere, you're never going to be where you're at in life. So there's always a starting point.
And it doesn't have to be this exact sequence. Like,
Exactly.
I feel like we're told when we're, like, all right, when you're this age, you have to do this. No, do it whenever you want. If you have the
Exactly.
opportunity, if you've been wanting to do something, do it. Like, and what's holding you back. So we're going to talk a lot about that. Bucket list. We're going to talk about, like, some things that, maybe you've thought about doing, but you just, you're waiting for the right time. There really is no right time.
There is no right time. Yeah, and it doesn't matter what stage in life you're in. It doesn't matter where you're at. Grab a friend, have them come on your journey with you. Whatever it is, whatever your heart is telling you to do, go for it. And then we'll also have some podcasts that talk about what's holding you back and why you can't. So, anyways, we're also going to have some great guest speakers on here that we've been discussing, and I am so excited about some of the ones that we just talked about. I know you. I won't
Spoiler.
give it away.
No spoilers over here. But we're gonna talk. We're gonna bring some guests on here that you would on. They would be some of the places that they're at, whether in their career, are very unexpected. And that's what we want to do. We want women in particular, and of course everybody, to kind of overcome those fears and be open to all possibilities.
Right.
So
Exactly. But we're excited that you are here with us. We cannot wait. If you have questions or concerns, or if you just even need to talk, I know I can even speak for Heather because I know her well by now. If you need to seek us out and find us and even have a chat about things, we're here. We want to mentor and help in any way we possibly can. So please find us. We just set up an email that I'm kind of embarrassed to say what happened, but it's fine. It's fine. We're good.
Lexi's like, cut.
Yeah.
Hi.
Lexi's over there going, time out.
Hey, we're
good.
doing it.
We're
We're
good.
doing the thing.
Doing
and
it,
that's what we're
Heather.
talking to you about. You got to do the thing.
That's
Do
right.
the thing that you keep talking about. Just do
Amen.
it. All right.
Okay.
Okay.
We're going to leave you from here. You guys have a great Friday and see you next episode.